Hey kids, it's Mr. Fly here, hope you're well. Welcome back to Kit Corner, where today we're talking motorcycle gloves, specifically these, the Weise Deacon Gloves. Some new gloves I've been using this year, been riding with them for about 7 months, thought it's time I did a review on them. So if you're interested in the Weise Deacons, stick around and stay tuned. So Weise, who make these, say that they're made of a leather and textile mix, which basically is textiles on the back mainly and leather on the front. It's got the sort of double stitching, pads where you'd expect them, sort of the double leather and protection. You've got a little protection pad there as well on the hand if you do come off. It's got what they call TPU on the back. It's got one of these hard knuckle protection areas, which I like the idea of, well, not only that, they're quite breathable as well through this sort of mesh type material, which is what makes them good as a kind of an all-round glove. They are waterproof as well, and they've got a special liner where they've attached them on the inside so that if your hands do get sweaty and you pull your hand out, you don't bring the liner out, which is a problem that I found with lots of different gloves. These don't do that because they've thought of that. So yeah, they feel quite nice and light. They're great tactile feedback when you're using them on the bike. You can feel all your controls nice and easily, and I think they look cool as well. They're the sort of gloves, they're quite short. They only come up to sort of, you know, this part. They're not gauntlets, they don't come right up the arm. But I personally favour that sort of glove for day-to-day riding. So so much for you know, what the gloves are in terms of features and functions, what they like actually on the bike.
So on the bike then with the Weise gloves, how do they fare? Well, I have to say they feel really good. What I like about them is, number one, they're very comfortable, but also they don't feel super bulky. Even though they're not summer gloves per se, they feel a bit like summer gloves in that because they got this back that's fabric, they're very sort of easy to move around. You don't feel like you're trussed up like you're in a suit of armour, and hence getting at controls is very easy. Now this bike I'm on at the moment is a scooter, and it's got an awful lot of switch gear and stuff, and I can actually feel where it all is very easily through these gloves. The tactile nature of them is great, so and that's something that I've been looking for in gloves. I've got through quite a few pairs of gloves in recent months and years, trying to find a set that suited me, as well as my old Spiddy H2 outs that I used to love, and I think I found them in these Weise gloves. Really do feel protective, very warm, nice and flexible, nice and tactile. Not much about them I don't like really, so yeah, on the bike, big thumbs up. So I thought it just worth adding after that little clip of me riding on the scooter. That was recorded back at the very beginning of spring. You can see that the leaves on the trees and stuff just aren't there yet. That was the back end of winter. And now I'm recording this little clip right in the middle of summer. It's a really hot day today. It's getting up to about 28 degrees. We've had an absolutely cracking summer in the UK this year. And I've found that these Weise gloves really are super flexible because they work really well as a summer glove as well. And I've been wearing them for about 6 or 7 months now, so back end of winter through to this hot summer. And they've been pretty good. I have to say, in the real depths of winter, when it was below about 4 degrees, I did need my heated gloves. These were sort of defeated as really in depths of winter gloves, but as spring, summer, autumn gloves, they work really well. So think of them, I think, as 3-season gloves. They've sort of become my go-to gloves at the moment, but certainly on, again, really hot days like this, they just work a treat. They're nice and flexible. You don't get super hot in them, but you do feel like you're protected. So yeah, once again, a thumbs up for the Weise gloves, even on super hot days like today.
Right, so much for using them on the bike then. What are my sort of overall summary? Obviously I like the gloves, that's why I'm telling you about them. Made some notes here of some things I want to make sure I told you. So positive wise, fit and feel is good. Excellent tactile feedback, as I said. They appear to be protective. I've not fallen off the bike yet, I don't intend to, but they, you know, they've got all the right padding in the right places. Well, one thing that they are good that I didn't mention, they're a great fit under your jacket sleeves. I like to put my gloves under the jacket because it's got this sort of stretchy bit here with a Velcro attachment. They just fit nicely underneath your jacket. There's no fighting with your cuffs, they just go underneath and they look nice and neat, which I like. And also I think they're pretty good value. If you go to one of my favourite suppliers that I've mentioned before, Sports Bike Shop, I'll stick a link below, £74.99 you can get these for. So a pair of decent gloves for under £100 that you can wear pretty much all year round, I think is pretty excellent. Once again, link below, £74.99 at Sports Bike Shop. I don't think you'll find a better price than that, and they really are worth checking out. In terms of the negatives, there's only one thing that I noted here, and that is that in the real depths of winter, they're not suitable for really cold weather. I mentioned on the clip that you saw that under about 4 degrees, I found that my hands started to get a bit cold. So yeah, they're not all year round gloves, but they almost are. If you've got temperatures at sort of above about 5 degrees, then you're going to have no problems with these, and you're fine if you've got heated grips and so on as well. So yeah, I offer those to the house. The Weise Deacon gloves, I give them 9 out of 10. I only drop 1 point because they're not that great, as I say, in the depths of winter. But if you're looking for some comfortable, stylish gloves, can't really recommend them high enough. Really pleased with those. All right, hope that's been of some interest. Look forward to speaking to you next time. Until then, this has been the Mr. and Flyer. Cheerio.
We're working with our partners Speedo Angels throughout July to give you 20% off the entire range of dashboard screen protectors and get yourself 1 extra free fitting kit when you use the discount code Missenden. Just go to www.speedo-angels.com.